Crisis Pregnancy.
Oh, you work over there?
No, not at Affiliated.
Oh.
No, we actually run a shelter. They're just a crisis pregnancy center.
Okay.
We run a combination advocacy and just my opinion as a Christian also.
Okay.
I'm not a big fan of displaying publicly. You know, I'd like to find another way to display the graphic images of abortion for this reason, okay? Well, number
what
one,
reason?
For two reasons actually. Number one, because it's extremely traumatizing to women who've had miscarriages. Extremely traumatizing, and
Well, my sister's had a miscarriage.
Well,
She's
that's-
actually came out here and held it with us. Even girls who've had abortions have held it with us.
and I didn't say
And
it was
they even-
traumatizing to everyone.
Well, yes, but I'm just saying those are the root of this problem.
Yes,
right?
and we both have
And they're out
anecdotal
there holding
evidence.
them.
Right, we both have anecdotal evidence. You have people who are not upset. I have people who are upset. So we can agree. You know, we can agree. There
But
are
then
people on
you
both
can
sides.
tell them that this is for a better reason. This is for children's lives.
I can tell them
That's
but if
something
they're
you can
upset
tell them.
by, I can tell them that.
And
But
you
if
have
it's
a-
something that upsets them, it's still something that upsets them.
And you have, you have a second
I'm
reason?
sorry.
Well, that's what you know. Like I said,
Yeah.
you have a right to do what you want to do. I'm not trying to get you to apologize by any means.
We're not going to.
It's okay.
Yeah,
I'm not-
you have a second reason?
Yes. My second reason is because there are children coming by,
Okay.
and as Christians and conservatives, we're really big normally on making certain that we have our parental rights to teach children what we want to teach them when we want to teach them. We're very big on that with public schools, right? Coming in and
Not
teaching about
really. Not really, but
Could you let someone finish a
homosexuals are all
sentence?
out
I
there.
would be happy to let you talk.
But I'm just saying that homosexuals.
I understand
are
this, you're
all
just
out
saying it, but you're being very rude. I will finish, and then you can give your
there. I
rebuttal.
don't say I'm being rude, not yelling.
This is a problem, you guys. This is not good for your image right here, what she's doing.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We're very big in the conservative movement on having parental autonomy over our children. We don't like it. We talk about the gays coming into our schools and discussing things with children who are very young.
Yeah.
And we get very upset that they do that and say that should be for parents to teach when parents are ready to teach. And yet here we are putting images out in public to Christian, pro-life parents who maybe aren't ready for their small children to hear that conversation yet, but you're forcing that conversation by displaying the images publicly. I am not against showing the images to people and engaging people with the images. What I am concerned about is the idea that parents are being forced to explain these images to their children when they're not ready. And normally, we don't like that. I'm done.
Well, we have to because we're letting it happen, so we have to show people the truth. Because we're not just going to let people murder children.
I agree. I'm
So
pro-life.
Especially,
the truth.
sure.
I agree.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that, in my opinion, doing it publicly where there are small children involved takes away parental autonomy.
Okay.
I understand your concern, but honestly, I think our concern is higher than yours. We're protecting children from dying. You're protecting children from having a conversation. Which one's more important?
And also, you're assuming that children can understand what's on these signs. And I've heard parents, and I've seen children see these signs in person, and they ask like such things as, "What happened to the baby? What happened?" And or I mean, they have different responses, but they don't like have meltdowns. They understand what happened. And unlike too many adults who, not saying all adults do this, but too many, like they'll like, you know, how dare you show this in public, or they kind of have a meltdown, and their children don't do that. Their children see what happened. They understand something
you
wrong.
You still have to explain to them, though.
Yeah, and I'll be happy to explain it to them, like according to their age. But I mean, one, we're here at an abortion mill, so they need to be shown here. And the problem is, I mean, and I hear that a lot with children. And I mean, I tell people, if I have a large group of children coming, then I'll turn the sign. But if there's more adults, they need to see it.
Well, I appreciate that.
And so, like, I don't take these to like an event where there's a ton of children. I'll use it like this right here.
So you guys won't have these signs at the Safari Center, because there's going to be a ton.
If there's a ton of children, I would use I would
it's
use
a
this.
zoo.
And people still get upset. They get upset if you show them a fetal model. I mean, they have no thing.
I don't
It's
think
like
Agreed. Sometimes they do.
I think we're going to have protesters against us. I don't think we're going to
And that will no doubt be really horrific as well. I
But,
totally
like,
agree.
I mean, we
Not fond of those
I understand your
demonstrations at all.
concern. Just we have so much on our
And I appreciate that. I just
Yeah.
wanted to have a dialogue, which
I
is
didn't want to
always
be
great.
rude or anything.
Yeah,
I was
no.
just trying to.
I understand. You're very passionate,
Yeah.
and I understand.
We have to be if we're going to abolish this evil.
I agree. 27
and-
years running a,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, 27 years running a shelter, so I'm very
Yeah.
passionate as well.
And, you know, I have my guns out. I'm in the middle of a battle.
Absolutely. No, I understand. Adrenaline is flowing and all of that. good
I guess
stuff.
like
Can I ask one more question about your
go
Operation
ahead.
Save America stance?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you guys? I don't know the name of it, but like anti-incrementalists? Are
Yes.
you like with like the abolish human abortion people, where you
Well,
don't like? Where
I
you don't
mean-
like what Wisconsin Right to Life is doing, or
I mean, I don't know if we're all abolitionists, but I mean, I'm an abolitionist against any
There's a
bill.
mixture.
Yeah, a mixture. Like
okay.
anti-incrementalism, yes, against any bill that doesn't treat abortion as murder. Like, yeah, bills that say, okay, if your baby is not 20 weeks old yet, you can slaughter him, and
Right.
or like, because we've been doing that for 46 years, and I'm like, where's it gotten us? Not even one state yet has abolished abortion, not one. So incrementalism has proved itself. It either takes, you know, like forever to work, or it doesn't work. So I think I used to be somewhat in support of that, but I'm like, it's not getting us anywhere. And so
So what's your idea of what to do? I mean,
Well-
because I had read somewhere, I don't know if it was on your website or not, but I had read somewhere that they're trying to like have states pass just an out and outright abortion ban.
yeah,
Okay.
no exceptions.
Okay, so
they-
what does that do? Because
Well,
I mean, obviously, you're just going to be trying to get them to pass it.
yeah.
It probably isn't going to pass. If it does pass, it will probably be vetoed. And even if it doesn't get vetoed, the courts are going to say it's unlawful because of Roe v. Wade.
Well, that's where the concept comes in, where you ignore the courts, you ignore Roe v. Wade. That's part of the bill. Is when it does get challenged, you ignore them, you defy them, and protect everybody born and preborn anyway.
We'll define them how.
Well, you just ignore them. The governor has the authority to ignore the Supreme Court, to ignore any court that says you have to murder people or you have to allow these parents to murder their children. You can say no. We're gonna, because there have been states like, well, for example, Colorado, they defied the Supreme Court over pot, right?
Who defend?
Colorado.
Oh.
They said we're gonna smoke pot. We don't care what you say. And I mean, I've yet to see anybody in like the feds coming after them and, you know, shutting down their state or whatnot. So Colorado they had more courage to smoke pot against the federal government, you know, what they said, than Christians do to abolish abortion. And see, like in Texas, there was a bill to abolish abortion, and there was a pro-life representative in Texas, Jeff Leach. The bill was assigned to his committee. He was the chair of the committee that had the bill to abolish abortion, and he killed the bill because it said that. And this goes into another thing. I don't know if I don't really want to go into now,
Yeah,
but
not too long. I don't have that much time.
but he killed the bill because it said that once abortion is criminalized, the mothers will be punished. And like that's the pro-life movement. They say no, we should never punish women. Well,
I will have to tell you, I'm on that side of that fence, having worked for
Okay.
27 years with the Board of Women. The idea of punishing women for abortion is appalling to
Okay.
me. And I firmly believe that if you discuss that, we're going to have more women getting abortion now because they're going to be terrified and they're going to hate us and they're not going to want to, they're going to be afraid. They're already afraid to talk to so many people. You know, abortion-minded women are already living in a state of so much fear that if you talk about the idea that, hey, as pro-lifers, we're in favor of incarcerating you if you have an abortion. Oh my God.
Well, once
that's
it's
gonna
criminalized.
end everybody coming to me for help.
Once it's criminalized.
I've saved a
not
lot
now.
of life.
Well, not now. Once it's criminalized.
Yeah, but just talking about that, I'm dead set against
Yeah,
that.
it's. I mean, it'd be like something that. I mean, I'm just saying that's why he killed the bill, but
Right.
the bill of abolition, and we may just have to agree or disagree on this. Is to establish justice for the preborn, equal protection for them as for any one of us. So you know, that's saying that if someone comes over here and slaughters us with shoots us all to death, they should be punished. And the bill of abolition would punish everyone involved in the murder of the child, mother, father, the abortionist, everyone who's complicit. And because if you don't do that, you don't have equal justice for the preborn. Even if you outlaw the murder of that child, every child, if you allow any accomplice, including the mother herself, to go free, that's not equal justice. And So
did that before 73, though.
well, but I think there were some compromises there too, because even in the state of Texas, Justice Harry Blackmun he noted in Roe v. Wade the opinion that in the state of Texas before Roe v. Wade it was issued, he said that Texas there was no punishment for the mothers, none, and basically the abortionist got a slap on the wrist. And he said, and this is the author of Roe v. Wade, of course, very pro-death. He never repented that I'm aware of. He said himself in the opinion, if abortion is murder, or if it's a human being, if it's a person in the womb, why this inconsistency? Because for other forms of murder, then they'll get the death penalty. I'm not sure what the law at that time was.
It would be hiring a contract killer. The mother could be charged with murder. She's basically hiring someone to do that.
But she's an accomplice, at the very least. And he said, if abortion is murder, if the fetus is a person, why this inconsistency? A guy who's radically pro-death, he helped usher in the abortion Holocaust. He saw the inconsistency. The pro-life movement says that all women are victims, and even he used that as a justification to bring this about, the abortion Holocaust.
Yeah, it would have to be something that would absolutely be hashed out. Now abolishing abortion came and protested Wisconsin Right to Life when we had our national convention here, because they said that they were incrementalists and all that. Are you guys against incremental laws, just like a 20-week law or whatever, or are you against all laws, like we have an anti-coercion law and other laws to protect women, abortionists needing hospital affiliations and things like that? Are they against all of those types of laws, or just actual incremental laws?
I think they would consider that incremental laws, like the abortionist or the abortion mill has to have admitting privileges to a local hospital within 20 miles, within 30 miles, and that's just because basically what those are saying is, once you meet this criteria and this criteria, you can murder your baby. So as an abolitionist against that.
I guess the reason that I'm not against that is, again, because of 27 years experience working with moms and seeing how these laws actually can save their lives. We want to make sure that they understand that we care about moms and babies, and we've got moms who are being coerced all the time in the city of Milwaukee to have abortions. And I testified before the state senate for the anti-coercion law, which didn't take away abortion, but it made certain that a mom had to be alone and asked alone if she wanted the abortion, because you've got pimps, you've got abusers, you've got people standing there clutching her arm saying, yes, she wants an abortion, and she's signing the paper while she's being coerced to do it. So for me, working 27 years with these moms, that actually freed moms who didn't actually want an abortion to not get the abortion. So laws like that, I have a hard time with people protesting, because that they do actually save babies. They may not save all the babies at once, but they are saving some lives. And I know that's the argument that the anti-incrementalists don't like, is the idea that you only want to save some lives, not all lives. But I do want to save some lives as well. And
then some people make the argument, we're the all or nothing crowd. You save all babies or you save none, and that's wrong too. And
I don't think that's what you're thinking. I'm just trying to explain how some of the laws do save, some babies, and I'd like to save as many as we can on the way to saving all of them. And I don't think a law like the anti-coercion law and stuff detriments in any way the fight toward reversing Roe v. Wade.
Well, and that's, I guess, another point is we don't have to reverse Roe v. Wade because it's not law. We just ignore it. We defy it. And because Roe v. Wade, it's not only is it not law, but it's contrary to God's law. So we need a governor, a mayor. We need the legislature to just outright ignore it.
Has anybody done that yet?
Well, unfortunately, no one's done that regarding the abortion Holocaust. However, if you can look this up. It's in Wisconsin history back in the 1850s. Runaway slave Joshua Glover.
Oh yeah.
You know about that?
Yeah, I know about that. Yeah. I've been to the statue in Cathedral, or the thing in Cathedral Square.
So and you know what the state of Wisconsin did for him?
Yeah.
So we can do that today.
We can.
That's evidence that people say, well, the governor can't do anything, the state can't do anything, they just have to bow down to the Supreme Court. And no, the state of Wisconsin did it in 1850s. They can do it again today.
I agree that it can
And
be done.
Governor Scott Walker had an opportunity and just wasted it. He threw it away, and he'll be held accountable to God for it. And I mean, isn't it amazing we haven't had one single governor do that?
Yeah,
I mean, not one.
I'll be honest with you, I'm not surprised.
I'm not either.
Yeah.
I'm angry and I'm just saddened, that we haven't had a man with a spine yet as a governor. I mean, even Governor Mike Huckabee, former governor of Arkansas, he was a Baptist minister. The current governor of Arkansas, Asa Hutchinson, he's a graduate of Bob Jones University, one of the strongest Christian schools in America, and he's not doing anything. So I'm like, you get supposedly Christian governors and they don't do anything. I mean, the status quo is so strong, abortion is so normalized in our culture, that even supposedly God-fearing governors don't do anything. I mean, it's very messed up. I guess the mindset that the Supreme Court can do whatever they want is so strong that even supposedly God-fearing men and women just, okay, well, we can't do anything. And then we're trying to destroy that fiction that the Supreme Court's not God and we don't bow down to them when they make laws contrary to God's law.
Well, I appreciate the conversation
Yes, ma'am.
very much. I wanted to learn more about the group. I mean, I was familiar in the past with Operation Rescue. I know it's
Okay.
expanded into, a lot of other areas, and I read a little bit, but I wanted to have a one-on-one conversation because I was downtown anyway. So I actually work at the zoo too. So
do? Okay.
Yeah, so I'll be there this weekend
Okay.
on Sunday. So thank you guys very much for the conversation. I appreciate it very much.
Thank you for coming to talk with us.
You bet. That's how you learn, is by having conversations.
You tell
Thanks,
them
guys.
that.
Yeah, I was saying the same thing.
I know.